Last year, amidst a sliding economy, the leadership staff at CLC was met with an unexpected challenge. Rather than having to decide on what critical areas of operation may have to be sacrificed to ride out these turbulent financial times, they were instead given the challenge of how to responsibly spend a budget surplus of nearly $500,000. And it was during last September that Pastor Stan outlined how this extra blessing of financial resources would be spent. Among the several initiatives presented was a grant program that was created to aid our partnership churches in expanding their ministry potential. And this new grant program is already yielding extraordinary results. One such example can be found with our partnership church, Fuentes de Agua Viva. During a visit to CLC last fall, Pastor Rubio and his wife happened upon a recent addition to our family life department, the Big Bible Time Room.
And we looked in there and it just looked awesome what they had in there for the children. And I looked at my wife and I were talking about it, and we were just smiling, thinking, how awesome this would have been, we would have been able to have something like this at Fuentes de Agua Viva. And we just had it home. We went back home, not thinking nothing of it. A few weeks later, the Lord gave me a vision, spoke to me, and said that He wanted me to put emphasis in children. And I said to the Lord, well, we're reaching people in general, but He wanted me to put more emphasis in children.
Clearly, God was at work. For this was the beginning of yet another story of God making a way where there was no way. For a short time later, after some help painting classrooms from Project 127, Pastor Rubio was asked if Fuentes de Agua Viva would like to partner with CLC in building their own Big Bible Time Room.
When they said that, it was just the joy, overwhelming joy that came to my heart, because it was something that God was in action already doing, of what He laid in my heart, of reaching out for the children, and that's also taking care of the classes, something that we couldn't do on our own. We could not afford this, but CLC came along and they helped us, and we are very appreciative of their support.
The task of renovating the chapel into a new kids space was presented to CLC's Crossroads singles class, who eagerly accepted. Over the period of nearly 2 months, class members poured their time and talents into the room, taking out the old pipe organ and pews, painting an elaborate scene on the walls, constructing a puppet stage over 15 feet tall, installing all the media equipment, and last but not least, purchased a 15-passenger van as a tool to bring neighborhood children into the church. Last Saturday was opening night. And perhaps the only person who was not blown away by the astounding results was God Himself, as Pastor Rubio explains from the book of Isaiah, chapter 65.
And then the 24th verse says, "And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear." You see, His word is, came fulfilled here, because I didn't know how God was going to do it. And God has moved, and also moved in the spirit of CLC also to bring them to come over, joining us, with us as a team to see that God's kingdom grows.
What an awesome gift it is for our church to partner with Fuentes de Agua Viva, because we've helped build so much more than a room, but a springboard into their neighborhood that will bear dividends not just now, but in eternity.
It's a huge blessing to be a part of this ministry and to receive this blessing that God has given us and for the kids. We have a big vision for many children, and we know that many are going to come to know Him, and that's our number one goal, is to see the kingdom of God grow daily.
Thank you, CLCers, for your dedication. But this is just the beginning. There are many more opportunities yet to come for you to make an eternal difference using the talents God has already given you. We know you'll step up. We can't wait to watch what happens.